this morning, and it got bright nice and early.
It was so weird. It was bright by 6:30.
That's what happens
really
when you turn
weird.
back the clocks.
Yeah.
And that's the reason to be happy, some early sun, and we could all use a little positivity on a Monday for
Sure.
sure.
Yep, that's right. So mindset expert and co-founder of Spread Happy, Andrea Vallely, is here. And for the month of November, it's all about being happy.
Yes.
We say the first step is forgiveness.
Yeah, so we're going to talk about the 6 ways that you can increase your level of happiness. So we actually have a happiness set point, but we have an opportunity to increase that level up to 40%. So over the next 6 weeks, I'm going to be telling you how to do that.
I think it's really interesting that we all get happy at a different level. Some of us are generally more happy
Yes.
than others, and that you're saying that's actually something that's biological.
We have a set point, yeah, it's really interesting. So the first thing we can do to increase that is forgiveness. It's so very important to have forgiveness. The reason it's so important to have forgiveness is because what we don't forgive, what we hang on to, we actually project into our other current relationships. So for instance, if you were at a situation at work and you had somebody who had done you wrong, if you go to another job, you're going to be very, like this, feeling as though, well, the next person's going to do me wrong. So basically, you're going to create barriers in your relationships. So that goes for if you've been in a relationship and, someone has not been faithful to you, you're going to walk into your other relationships assuming that nobody's faithful. You're going to be the person that checks the text messages and the iPhone and this and that. So basically what we're doing is we're just putting up a barrier to new prosperous relationships when we don't forgive. We also end up being in victim mode when we don't forgive. So when we have forgiveness, we get to take charge of our lives so that we're no longer at the mercy of our circumstances. So that's the benefit of forgiveness.
Do you have any tips about forgiveness, how to go about letting those things go that you're harboring inside?
Yes, absolutely. The how is a really important question. So I'll just give you a couple, for instance. Here's one way. If you were a school teacher and you had an 8th grader and you had a kindergartner and you gave them both the same assignment, the 8th grader is going to do a great job. The kindergartner is probably going to have a really hard time and not give you what you asked for. So as a teacher, how would you treat the kindergartner? You asked them for a certain piece of work and they didn't do it. You would have compassion for them. You would understand they just don't have those skills. They just don't have the skills that I'm expecting from them. So therefore, you would have forgiveness. So this is a way that we can sort of take forgiveness out into the world and understand that we are all doing the best we can with the tools we have. So for some circumstances, that's really, really difficult. And remember, we're not forgiving the action, but we're forgiving, the soul of that person. And when we even can't do that for some circumstances, if we could forgive the part of us that's hanging on, the part of us that's keeping us, holding us back from having prosperous relationships, we can start there. Because remember, whatever we hang on to, we're deciding that we love the idea of hanging on to that sadness more than we love the idea of ourselves being happy. So that's a place to start.
One of the keys to being in control of your own happiness.
Exactly.
Thank
there
you so
go.
much,
You're
Annie. I
very
appreciate it.
welcome.